We would like to start with the last session of the buyer-seller meet. Today we have presentations from Pinnacle Industries and TAFE Limited. I would especially like to thank our speakers for the day for sparing the time and traveling right from Bhopal. Mr. Ganpati, thank you so much. May I invite you all on the stage. Mr. Bharat, can I have you on the dais, please? Mr. Ganpati, I would like to invite you. Mr. Sanjay Roy, please, if we can have you on the dais. And followed by one-to-one meeting with these companies at the buyers in the B2B area. We are all aware of the area and as like yesterday and day before. So moving further, may I now invite Mr. Bharat for the presentation of Pinnacle, please. Yeah.
If we can have the PPT on board. Okay, so there is a new buzzword called ECA. I hope most of you would have heard about ECA. Has anybody heard about ECA somewhere? Let me see the efficacy of the press releases which we do. You have heard it, okay? Anybody else who has heard about ECA? No? Okay, you also. Geeta is a part of it, so you would have heard it. So the press releases are really not that effective nowadays. We call it digital world, but still we need one-to-one connect, right? Okay. So I'm Bharat Pritmani. I'm part of Pinnacle Industries Limited. I head their strategy and business development, and ECA is actually a brand name. I'll elaborate more about ECA later on. First, let me explain you about Pinnacle Industries Limited. There's another subsidiary which is now come up, which is called as Pinnacle Mobility Solutions. So Pinnacle Mobility Solutions is a subsidiary of Pinnacle Industries. And Pinnacle Industries is the parent company which has a turnover of around 800 crores and growing in a very extraordinary manner now. Pinnacle is into seatings, interiors, and vehicle conversions, commercial vehicle conversions. When it comes to seating and interiors, there is no commercial vehicle manufacturer in India. Maybe a conventional fuel commercial vehicle manufacturer or an electric vehicle commercial vehicle manufacturer who is not a customer to Pinnacle Industries. We supply to almost all commercial brands in India, whether it be Tata, whether it be Volvo Eicher, Scania. Scania is out, but we still supply some spares to them. We have got Fords, we have got Ashok Leyland, we have got Swaraj Mazda, we have got Oletra, we have got Swaraj, we have got JBM. You name a brand, and we are the suppliers to them. So we are a tier 1 supplier to all of these commercial vehicle brands when it comes to seating and interiors. As far as conversion is concerned, in India, we are one of the most formidable brands when it comes to conversions. Our dominant conversion is into ambulances. Almost 2 out of 3 ambulances will have Pinnacle inside it. That means if you see 3 ambulances on Indian roads, you will find in 2 ambulances there will be something with Pinnacle inside. So we do around 7,000 conversions in an year when it comes to commercial vehicle conversions. So we have shown a caravan also, which is actually talk of the town. We have got huge follow-up there at the stall on our caravan. Conversions we do in Sector 3. So Pinnacle Industries has got overall 5 plants as of moment. We have got 3 plants at Pithampur, 2 plants in Sector 1 and 1 plant in Sector 3. The Sector 3 plant is completely dedicated to conversions. We have got Mr. Deshmukh here. He is Executive Director and leading that particular conversion plant. And like I was mentioning that out of every 3 ambulances, you will find Pinnacle inside 2 ambulances. So he is the keystone of that particular conversion. I was sharing that the talk of the town is the caravan there. He is the person who has got into that. When it comes to Pinnacle Mobility Solutions, so Pinnacle Mobility Solutions is the subsidiary of Pinnacle Industries Limited, and what Pinnacle Mobility Solutions will be driving will be a conscious environment, something about very conscious environment mobility. So that's the key drive of Pinnacle Mobility Solutions. And when we come down to ECA, it is about electric. Because when you talk of conscious environment solutions or mobility solutions, it's about hydrogen, electric, and maybe some further developments which will over a period of time happen in the industry. But when it comes to ECA, it is about electric mobility solution which should be sustainable and which should be profitable. Because if it is not sustainable, it can't be lasted long. And if it is not profitable, no customer is going to buy to it. So we have just launched a product with Pinnacle Mobility Solutions under the brand ECA. We launched ECA 9. ECA 9 is a 9-meter bus. It's a pure electric bus which we have come up with. So I will request to play the video so that we can show you what we have launched in India on 2nd of this particular month. So here is a video about ECA 9. Okay, so this is the product which we have launched in this month. We launched at Pune in the presence of Mr. Aditya Thackeray, and it was covered well in the press releases. I'm sure you would have all somewhere heard about it. Coming on to my presentation, I'd like to give you a brief about ECA. Can you come to the presentation, please? Okay. So we have shown this bus. I'll elaborate on this bus also. I'll share something about this bus also, because this will give you more confidence in terms of how the product is and what is the product going to offer to the customers. ECA, like I mentioned, it's all about pure electric which should be sustainable, which should be profitable to the customers. ECA is purely driven by the values of environmental focus. It is driven by conscious innovation, reliability, and reliable mobility. The vision is purely to become volume leaders in commercial vehicle industry. The mission is obviously to bring new mobility solutions that accelerate development and business benefit to businesses in a sustainable manner. So there are key 3 values. One is obviously environment. The second is conscious innovation, and third is obviously when it comes to mobility, it has to be reliable. It cannot be unreliable product which we offer. We have created an ecosystem with altogether a new technology. Altogether a new manufacturing process and systems, and obviously it would be a non-conventional way of distribution. So that ecosystem we have created, and how we have created, I'll throw some light on that also. And what we'll do is, over a period of time, we'll be sharing this knowledge to democratize in a very democratized manner, so that we are able to have economies of volume. We are able to optimize the cost, and at the same time, improve the viability of the products. Because what we find as of moment, a major hurdle in people transitioning from conventional fuel weak mobility to a new latest electric mobility is obviously the cost and affordability. So we have worked out on an ecosystem which I'll share with you, that how it actually is, how we have worked it out, and obviously the team also I'll share, which is the team which is actually worked on this. Obviously, like I said, the approach is to become the global volume leaders in commercial vehicle space. We are very clear that we'll go. We have to be when we have to be a volume player, it has to be adapted by the mass. And when it is to be adapted by the mass, since it's a commercial vehicle, the purpose is not luxury, not personal. It's purely financial. It's purely commercial aspect. So it has to give best in class total cost of ownership. So we'll be whatsoever we deliver, we'll be delivering looking at the aspect of total cost of ownership to the customers. We'll be definitely offering very modular solutions, so that these help us in terms of getting into the economies of volume, ease of distribution. So we will be following a Lego concept. I'm sure as a child, you all would have played with us those Lego games which are available for nurturing our brains. So that is the concept which we'll be going through. We have already developed in-house controlled software system for the products which we are going to offer. We also have adopted a very clean slate sort of approach when it comes to product development. Obviously, it will be carried forward to distribution also. So this clean slate will help us to come up with new innovative solutions, rather than offering you the same conventional way of producing a vehicle and distributing a vehicle. Our leadership team, I'll be sharing with you about the leadership team. It comes up with a lot of experience, success in the Indian industry. I'll be sharing you about that. And then we would also be we have very clear-cut plans that will be utilizing our existing infrastructure, so that for creating a global EV platform revolution, so that it is much more affordable to the people. It's lean and it's affordable. We also are chosen one for the champion scheme of Auto PLI, which is initiative of Government of India, that will give us a lot of incentive when we invest in our any non-two-wheeler or three-wheeler industry for mass production or mass innovation. So I'll be elaborating on that also. We have unmatched industry knowledge. It's been like we are 26-year young company now. I'll be sharing with you about the founders. I'm sure it's very impressive, and that will give you some indication about how much experience and exposure we are carrying as a startup when it comes to Pinnacle Mobility Solutions. This is our chief team which is there in place. We have got Mr. Sudhir Mehta, he's Dr. Sudhir Mehta. He's founder and chairman. He was MD Manforce Trucks. I'm sure we are all aware. Manforce Trucks is known for heavy-duty commercial vehicles. He is director for Force Motors he's director for Force Motors from 2006 to 2022. We got Mr. Hidesh Thakur, who is the executive director of this company, and he has an experience of his own two-wheeler electric vehicle company, setting up a first battery manufacturing plant in Pune. So we got these two leaders with us who are driving this entire revolution of pure EV mobility solutions. This is our board, Mr. Anand J. Talukdar. He is former chairman and managing director of Cummins India. Ms. Rashmi, she is president SAE India and former director of ARAI. Mr. Parag Satputri, managing director of Bridgestone India. So this is our eminent board which is directing the entire strategy, our vision, our mission. This is our experienced team. We have a team size of 100 plus as of moment, and we have almost invested more than 2 lakh hours of engineering hours with this dedicated team, with this expert team. Mr. Dane, I'll share with you, he is the one who designed Tata Ace. He has more than 30 years of experience. He's got 40 years of, in fact, experience in this industry. And obviously, Mr. Ashish Sharma, he's ex-Marco Polo, and he's also having 30 plus years of experience. So if we look our team, it's like quite seasoned, quite experienced, and we bring huge experience when it comes to EV industry. We have just, as I shared with you about ECA 9, E9, which is 9-meter pure electric bus. This bus is pure electric. It is a zero emission vehicle. It has got a monocoque structure. Now, monocoque structure is a structure which is dedicated for bus. Now, most of the buses which are offered in India are truck chassis. So we construct buses. So far, the buses have been constructed on a truck chassis. In fact, the caravan which we have showed is on Tempo Traveler. The reason is that only Tempo Traveler in India is the bus which is on a monocoque chassis. That means it is a passenger platform. So we have been all traveling on a truck chassis by and large. If it's up to 10 or 12 meters of buses so far. So this is a monocoque chassis, which is a pure electric chassis. That means the ride comfort, the passenger comfort would be very high. The range which we are going to offer with this is 200 kilometers per charge. The power will be around 200 kilowatts. So though we are customizing as per the customer requirements, but this is something which we are going to offer. It will be with air suspension and disc brakes. So you'll know as we go forward, and you will know more about ECA 9. This is something about some glimpses about our product which we have developed. The exteriors, then there are these interiors about our ECA 9 which we have launched in the market. So this is a intra-city bus. That means it will be moving across within the city. So the seats which you are looking at are local seats. Local means seats meant for local movement, commuting of the passengers. So it does not need that sort of luxury and comfort. But when we come to coach, we'll be offering those sort of seats, seats, and obviously there will be a sleeper coach also available at some point of time. This is about ECA K. K series now stands for our small commercial vehicles. So we'll be coming with light commercial vehicles. We'll be starting with 1.5 tonner with a GVW of 2.5 ton. This is a 4-tire vehicle. Now you would be finding a lot of 3-tire electric vehicles in the market, but this will be first of its kind 4-tire pure electric vehicle which will be available in the market. And as we move forward, we'll be coming up with ECA 2.0, which will be 3100 kilogram. That means 3 tons GVW rated truck. Obviously, the specifications would be like range would be around 130 kilometers. We are targeting 150, but as of moment, it is 130 kilometers. Max speed which we are going to offer even with bus is 80. This truck also would be 80 kilometers per hour. So we'll be offering this product with pre-fitted load box. Lot of smart solutions which will be integrated to the product. It will be again a modular design, and then we'll, like I said about ecosystem, we'll be coming up with a new way of manufacturing these buses. We will be creating smart lean factories across, not only in India but across the globe, so that we get economies of volume. Vehicles are produced locally. So the project, like how we move forward is like by this December we'll be having phase 1 where we'll have a centralized supply and centralized manufacturing, which will start now at Pithampur. We are planning to have it at Pithampur, and going forward we'll have localized manufacturing and centralized SCM. Further going forward by 2025 we'll have localized manufacturing and connected SCM. So that is a sort of model of manufacturing lean factory concept which will be working. I was talking about LEGO. That means we'll be having some sort of we have created that particular parts where you need not need to have a paint shop there at the site to assemble it. So it will be very lean sort of CKD which will be dispatched to the centers initial period. Later on they directly will source here. Once the volumes are there, they will be sourcing out from our own SCM supply chains and producing their own buses at that places. It happens like in export market as of moment, like if you go to Egypt, Morocco, Mali, Ghana, Ethiopia, Turkey, you will find a lot of CKD plants. So it is a sort of version of that even for the Indian market. The advantage obviously would be the volumes, and local manufacturing will give local advantages of affordability. That's how it is. We have also worked on the digital ecosystem. So we have developed in-house vehicle control software, artificial intelligence and machine learning based algorithm for range, battery life improvement and energy management. We got a team which is dedicated to them. We'll have inbuilt ADAS, which is Advanced Driver Assistance System. Integrated ITS, we talk of intelligent transportation system, which will be also offering with the vehicles. Smart modular controller systems are something which we are going to offer as a part of our digital ecosystem, and obviously customized fleet management system, so that you know what exactly is the input and what is the output at any point of time is very clearly visible to any stakeholders who is owning this vehicle. Going forward, we are also our capabilities and on our capabilities and manufacturing. We already submitted 200 plus parts designed. We have already developed and designed 200,000 plus parts, and we have filled a lot of IPs. That means intellectual patents under our belt. We have categorized. We can have a list of them, but we have categorized them under 4 categories. One is under bus exterior design. Second is under composite monolithic seat designs. Third is sandwich type composite bus body panels. Fourth is telescopic wheelchair ramp for 650 floor height, that is 650 floor height. Then we also have other IP design patents which are either through or which are in submission, which talks of vehicle control software, high voltage power distribution unit, HVPDU, then purposefully designed the cockpit cluster panel you can see in our ECA 9 vehicle, which will be taken across all our platforms of passengers. We have, like I mentioned, we have got 5 plants, 3 plants at Pithampur, 2 plants at Pune. The 2 plants at the Pithampur plant is all about interiors, seating and conversions. Our our plant at Pune, which is at Koregaon Bhima, erstwhile known as Kidder India Limited, we acquired in 2014. Now it's one of the India's leading manufacturer of in-store fixtures and storage parts. We have used, this is a state-of-art facility which is available in Pune. So here what we have done is we have designed our bus structure at our own facility at Pune, and the bus structure is purely stainless steel, which is again a very unique concept about us, that our bus structure is monocoque as well as purely stainless steel. We also have a long tie-up with VDL. We call it VDL Pinnacle because it's a joint venture between VDL and Pinnacle. We offer a lot of engineering support to VDL for their overseas market. We support design and implementation support to VDL when it comes to Asia and India market. So they are leaders in passenger car manufacturing and electric bus technology. And when I talk about this Pinnacle Mobility Solutions, their stack, they are leaders in electric mobility in Europe, and they have a stake of around 26.2% in this particular joint venture. We have VDL Pinnacle has designed manufacturing facilities for Daimler. We call it Mercedes, or we call it Bharat Benz. So they have designed and manufacture facility for Daimler, Marco Polo and Magna in India. We have, like I mentioned about our PLI scheme, that under government champion scheme we have been approved for the PLI scheme. So the other companies which are approved under this PLI scheme are Ashok Leyland, Eicher Motors, then Ford India, Hyundai Motors, Kia India, Mahindra, and all those companies. And if you see, their Pinnacle Mobility Solutions is also approved under PLI scheme. So I think this is a great advantage to our all stakeholders and partners. This is our roadmap. This will be of your interest, that we are starting with.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Very good afternoon to all of you. I see some dull faces, probably because of lunchtime. We need to energize ourselves, like electric vehicle discussion what we had in the first half. And to energize that, normally what we do, we used to clap. So I request you all to clap for 1 minute for the big success of this MP Auto Show, and wish all the very best for all the industry partners who have worked with us, and wishing you all the very best. So I see some now energy like electric vehicle. Thanks to all of you. Before I start this presentation on TAFE Motors and Tractors Limited, first of all, we would like to, on behalf of our management of TAFE TMTL, thank very sincerely MPIDC and the partners like CIA, MSME, and NATRAX, and also CM for giving us this opportunity to share our capabilities and also our thought process on how we can partner with all of the MSMEs and what best we can learn from each other. If you see in the morning first half session, there were a lot of discussions happen with the panelists, and a lot of queries have been raised in terms of how do we do a quality system, sustenance, and also make the future generations to look at the electric vehicles, or what are the other ways by which we can improve the quality systems. So to be very honest with you, when we made this presentation, we were not looking at what kind of the output or the information that we can share to you all. But while running through this presentation, I'm very confident that most of the questions what people have asked in the first session will get answered in the subsequent slides what I'm going to share with you. And this is very simple slide, and you can very easily follow through that. And I request you to give a little bit of attention on each and every slide. And at the end of the session, if you have any queries, we will be welcome to clarify to you. So with that, let me start my presentation. With me, my colleague Sanjay Debra is also there. So we both of us will take you through this presentation, and we'll like to be more energetic in this presentation, not like more talkative in terms of what we try to do. So little bit more interactive session on that. So going forward. So thanks again for these opportunities for the supplier partner discussions. So the presentation sequence, what we have kept is very simple. First, we'll like to give you a brief about the TAFE group, because we come from a group called Tractors and Farm Equipment Limited. So many of you may be knowing it, but I will just give you more insight on what this group is all about and what is the product we manufacture, and also some of the top management directives in terms of vision and values that is more important for the business to sustain for a long run. And we'll also give you a brief of what TMTL is about, Eicher Tractors, and also the opportunities what lies for the prospective suppliers and how we induct the suppliers. So that will give you a lot of knowledge, and also some takeaways of how we can be a partner with you in the long run. So our TAFE group is led by Padma Shri Ms. Mallika Srinivasan, who is our chairman and managing director. And this comes under the TAFE group companies. We have a pump division, engineering plastic division, and majorly we are into tractors. One is a TAFE tractors, which is manufactured in Bangalore plant and Madurai plant, and we are in TMTL Bhopal plant, where we manufacture the Eicher Tractors brand. And we also have a Parvanu plant and Alwar plant manufacturing gears, and also the air-cooled engines from Alwar plant in Rajasthan. The TAFE actually started with a small beginning in the year 1960, and they started with a small manufacturing unit in tractors from Chennai, and this is part of the amalgamations group, which is having 41 engineering companies based out of Chennai. And we are the second largest tractor manufacturer in India by volume, and also third largest tractor manufacturer in the world. And we committed to a long-term relationship with the stakeholders, which I will explain you in the subsequent slide. We annually make around 2 lakh tractors, exporting to almost about 100 plus countries. And the brands what we make is Massey Ferguson brand, TAFE brand, Eicher brand, and IMT brand. So the plant locations we have at, as I explained you, in Chennai, Bangalore, Bhopal, and Parvanu and Alwar plant. This is our manufacturing locations. We manufacture tractors from Bhopal plant, that is Tractors TAFE Motors and Tractors Limited, and we manufacture both air-cooled and water-cooled engines fitted tractors. This is one of the unique company in India where both technology of engines are used for the tractor application, ranging from 18 HP to almost 85 HP. And we also give tractors to customers with varied color options. So if you can see in the market, you can have a different colors, attractive to the respective customers in each state. So that is available for the customer. And we are driven by a group vision, and Mr. Late A. Shivasailam is our chairman, managing director that time, has actually talked about the excellence even about 20 years back. So excellence is what every employee in our company is been driving in every area. So this is the motive for everyone to perform at its best. And also we have a vision to become a first choice among the farming community of India and ensure a growing presence in international markets. So this is the group vision by which we all align ourselves in the business process. And the core values, we have 7 core values which talks about customer quality, and more importantly from the supply chain point of view, we value the trust and long term relationship with stakeholders. And also business ethics practice what we follow is a true testimony to the vendors who are all associated with us are almost more than 15-20 years. Some suppliers are almost even more than 30-40 years. So we always value as a company a long term relationship with the partners, and that's a true success for us to grow from where we started to what we are now. So if you look at the journey of TMTL Bhopal specifically, actually Eicher Good Earth Company started in the year 1948, and from 1998 onwards this plant at Bhopal was set up as a small unit, and in 2005 the Eicher tractor business was acquired by Tractors and Farm Equipment Limited from the Amalgamations Group, and from then on we have been growing, and initially we started with around 25,000 tractors annually. Now we are manufacturing almost 60 to 65,000 tractors per annum is what is the volume. And the journey what you see is all in quality systems, TPM awards, all CI awards, and also launching many new products. So one of the person in the morning asked about the sustenance of the business. So what we really mean is that every area has to have the excellence in the operations. That has been truly we have been exhibiting in the last 15 years, and currently we are in the year 2022 with actually having a good number of projections in the coming years. So this is the glimpse of our premises. This is the Mandideep plant view from the main gate, our outdoor view, which is truly environment friendly atmosphere. And we have a product training center where the farmers and also the dealer mechanics will get trained in terms of the new products. And we have a R&D setup located inside the plant. And these are some of the glimpses of our manufacturing facility. If you look at, we have the state-of-the-art manufacturing facility with a single piece flow with the kitting system. When you visit the plant, we can see that assembly line has got the kitting, and the chassis painting is having a robo system also for the chassis painting, which is one of its kind in the tractor industry. Normally tractors are being considered as a not a passenger vehicle kind of a situation, but we have done with a lot of digital technology investment to give a best in quality to the customer. And if you look at the digital manufacturing, one of the Mr. Katni asked about the digital manufacturing initiative in the manufacturing sector. So we have tried it in our manufacturing, where the chassis is mapped right from sub-assembly part level to the tractor level. So you have the history of those tractors from the chassis built to the rollout until it reaches the customer. So you have all the information about the tractors, and we can get to know about the traceability, everything by click of the button. So that's why that is the way we have aligned with that, and we have got a technical center, training center which is available for enhancing the skill of the persons. Today morning it was talked about the skill level improvement, what needs to be focused. So this is one of the area where our company has put a lot of efforts, where we are giving a lot of trainings to the new joinees and also taking them through the on the shop training. It's not only the classroom training, but they will be put into the shop in the job for about 7 days, and they will be doing the on the job training, by which they get exposure to the requirement of the process. So this is one of the way where we could able to make the skill of the persons throughout the availability in the entire year. So this is one of the unique way by which we have been successfully managing it. And another facility we have is a R&D team which has got the complete test rig is available in house. So tractor as an application, if you see in the village, it is subjected to a lot of abuses, as well as the application of heavy pulling in the market, in the sugarcane area, and many other places. So we have to do the rigorous testing of the tractors at the time of initial product launch. So the R&D has got unique testing facility for brake, clutch, fatigue. So every component aggregate assembly is subjected to the testing, and then conforms to the standards. Then it is go for the assemblies. So thereby we are ensuring the quality of the product right from the beginning of the launch of the new product. And our certification, our team has been successfully got the TUV certification of ISO 14001 as well as the ISO 9001, and both in health and safety. So this we have ensured that the work hygiene practice is well established, and we have also value the safety of the people very much. And we also got the award as a safety award from the MP government also in the year 2021. And also we have got a lot of appreciation awards from CII. Our team participates in lots of the functions and also the competitions. So this is one of the motivation factor which helps our teams to do better than what they have been doing it. So if you look at the overall presentation, what I have been making is not only in the presentation slide, but it is truly available, exhibited in the day-to-day operations, which you can experience it when you visit our factory. So that is the way we have actually grown up, and also been making the youngsters also to learn from that. So this is one of the very good system. What I would request each one of you to look at it and take away from this presentation, and start looking at it from your perspective, how it can help you out. So having said that, now how will we like to have the supplier partners to work with us? What is the kind of opportunities we have and which would like to share? And I would request Mr. Sanjay Devroy to share in the subsequent slide the opportunities available with you, and we welcome you to interact with us going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Just to take it forward, because the entire stage is set for stage is set for this only, the buyer-seller meet. Let me cherish this relationship. Actually, I am experiencing this since last 29 years, and really it comes from the bottom of the heart. And if you see last 2 years, it has went through a really turmoil. Just this relationship, but we stood firm. We stood firm in handholding those suppliers, our supplier partner, because it has to be, because your manufacturing production is almost 70% of their contribution. So it has to be, and we should applaud to those contributions with a small clap, basically, because I know in this hall everybody has contributed in some way or the other in a small contribution to this relationship. The growth comes with a competitiveness, and you can say an opportunity. Okay, and opportunity has to be all across, and like in this opportunity, it's all together. We come across with a new bonding, new scope of this. So I will just like to take you forward to our journey, where we stand. Yes. Just a brief about where we stand right now. In terms of, we had a 5,000 plus tractor components available with us. We had 270 plus national supplier all across Pan India. We had a supplier base, and our almost 95% procurement is through outsourced. And we had around 400 plus variants all across in our basket. And we had every year we are targeting, just like as he rightly said, we focus on new product development. So every year we introduce around 1,200 more components in this. And this is the overall business perspective. Like if you see the levers, with the commodity which we come across, it's basically, if you see, the forging and machine contributes around 288%, castings contributes to about 320 crores, proprietary parts about 620 crores, because the proprietary parts are more because the tire is a major content in this. So value wise, it's a very high. Engines, yes, around 190 crores, sheet metal parts around 288 crores. So if you talk about the capacity of the plant, right now we are currently we had an installed capacity of around 1 lakh tractors per annum. Total supplier, we had 272. Percentage of supplier, we do a lot of work on localization. Currently, it is at 20%, and the value-wise, it is around 33%. So if you talk about the spend, we distribute the entire commodity into spend. Like casting plays a major role in tractor because of the traction it's involved. It calls for a major contribution. It is the spend is around if you say 18%, and the annual tonnage of castings we require around 35,000 metric tons per annum. 35, and in sheet metal, the spend is around 20%. If you the requirement is around 34,000 metric tons. If you see the casting paragraph in this, basically the major consent is Kolhapur belt. That's why Maharashtra contributes around 45%. But I would like to take it privilege because most of the suppliers are from MP also. Probably they can think about this because it's a major commodity. And the second contribution is from 36% from our local area like Indore, Ujjain, and in sheet metal, we are proudly that MP is contributing majorly to 72% because most of our bigger suppliers are situated in MP only. In forgings, we spend around 16%, and our annual requirement is around 26,000 metric tons. Looking at the graph itself, it is clearly evident that Northern India plays a major role in this, and almost 46% it is contributing in our baskets. Proprietary items, as I already told, it contributes to our 38% majorly because of our tires and tubes, and the majorly is from North India and South India, MRF and good. So overall, this tractor has been fragmented now. You can see the entire portfolio that tractor belongs to. It's mainly because of casting, machining, forging, machining, sheet metal parts, proprietary and fasteners. These are the major commodity which converts it into tractor. See, if you go through this casting, we had a range of castings from 2 kg to 150 kg. And it is in grade FC260 and SG507. And box size, over a period of time, we have migrated from conventional line to high pressure molding lines. So specific requirements like radiography, fulfilling the level 2 requirement, short blasting and with this casting sealers, supply in fully machine condition, because we initially faced a lot of challenges, but now we have migrated to this. And really sometimes we feel challenges in the fettling also. So a lot of automation has helped in this fettling area also. Now, if you talk about forging, next commodity comes for forging. Forgings majorly are into this stub axles like this rear axle chart, forks and jaws. These are all alloy steel grade, mainly EN8 to EN19. It's weighing around 0.5 to 18 kg. And specifically requirements are it has to be closed die forgings, and basically all the special processes we would like to have the in-house induction hardening and case carbonize, because it involves a lot of expertise, and initially we faced a lot of challenges, but now we have started inculcating in the build itself. Next, if you see the sheet metal commodity, it plays major role in our styling segment. And we had styling in these parts ranging from 0.5 to 60 kg. Mainly we are working on HR, hot rolled and pickled sheet and cold rolled sheet. Majorly our skin panel parts belongs to bonnet fender category, like you have seen the tractor, the bonnet and this. And heavy fabrication involves the front axle part, the front axle support part, and small brackets it contributes. Now, these are some of the proprietary parts which contribute to our tractors. One is clutch assembly, 3-point linkages, silencer assembly, power steering, and this column steering column. These are the majorly 3-point linkages. These are the majorly proprietary parts which we are using in the tractors. Now, just to cherish it, these are the 3 key levers which we normally, because there is in the scope. Since we are migrating it from, if you see, we are migrating from, currently we are at stage of 60K and we are moving to 100K. So there is plenty of scope available. So we are mainly focusing on 3 levers where we can grow ourselves. First is the localization. Localization plays a major role. Currently, we are in the previous slide I've shown, it is showing around 33%. So we are trying to push it to 50%. Now ramp up of those models, because it brings us additional volume to all of us. Like all the new products which we get, which are well accepted by the market, we goes through ramp up stage. And currently in this context of 160K to 100K, it will play a major role in it. Now, third thing, new products. Every year we are targeting around 20 new variant launches. So because with the new products, it comes as an opportunity for all of us to have parts which are compatible to them. So it will bring a additional business opportunity for all of us. Thank you. I will request Mr. Ganpati to take it forward now. Thanks.
Thank you, Sanjay. Really, it's a good data what we have shared to you to make you to understand that tractors has got a wide variety of commodities, and there is a huge potential available where you can tap because of the volume, because of the new product, and because of the localization strategy whatever company is adopting. So going forward, I just give you a brief on how we induct a supplier into our system, so which will help you to understand more, and definitely we will work closer going forward to clarify. See, one of the key criteria for the new supplier induction is, of course, cost competitiveness, because currently the market is highly volatile and there are a lot of competition going around. So cost competitiveness is one of the key important factor, and delivery on time in full, because we have multiple variants, and that's one of the challenge that we have to make the parts available and customers get the variant what they want. And this third point is we want the suppliers to have the in-house infrastructure, facilities, and the technology what is required for that component, because now if you look at changing requirement of quality and also the consistency in the supplies requires a lot of new innovative technology to be made to be available in the process, and consistency in the supplies of 0 ppm, which is again a quality requirement for us. And we also look at environment friendly recyclable packagings. We have slowly shifted to all the packaging components into recyclable packaging, either it is FLC or the PP boxes or some kind of a trolley arrangements. So we would like to suppliers to look at this requirement. And of course new part development is more emphasizes for the coming 3 years. So we request on the development lead time and the target cost to be met. So these are the key factors which we will look at the time of new supplier introduction. And we have a very, very clear-cut 7-step methodology for inducting new suppliers. Very simple. First, there will be a source identification, and then the supplier has to submit us the supplier profile, what they manufacture and what are their facilities. And then we have a CFT. Will be doing the assessment of that in terms of whether their fit-in is there related to the going forward. And there will be recommendations to by the CFT to our SQA team who does the physical assessment by visiting the supplier premises. They have got a formats, they have got a standard templates, and once they approve based on the acceptance criteria, what I will be sharing the subsequent slide, we induct the supplier. And one of the good part is that when a supplier is inducted, they are inducted both for TAFE brand as well as for the TMTL brand. So we ensure that suppliers can supply parts to our Madurai plant, to the TAFE plant in Chennai, as well as to the Bhopal plant, Alwar plant. There is a huge potential available for the suppliers to get associated with this. So this is the common supplier introduction methodology what we have for across the group companies. And the acceptance criteria, we have like management system related thing, we score around 70% minimum. Manufacturing facilities, quality systems, material handling, delivery and finance process, and APQP system for the design part. So overall minimum we request the suppliers to qualify for 70% scoring criteria. If they qualify with that, then they are into the supplier scope for us. And another potential is they can supply the spare parts to the exports requirement of our massive brand as well as the Aisher brand. So that is also opportunity available with you all for the association with us. And some of the agreements what we do at the sign off, like non-disclosure agreement, this is all the standard template, rejection policy, and some documents what we require, and terms and conditions we put it. It's very easy to understand, and we go by this particular requirement. And having said that, see, the manufacturing industries in current phase are going through a lot of transformation, basically due to transparency and visibility and attrition rate, and also the on-time delivery pressure from across all areas, right from customer to the OE. So there is a tremendous, pressure situation is getting created. But we as a team from TMTL and TAFE have a very, very clear-cut supplier relationship management system by which we actually handhold the suppliers in all the areas, whether it is product development, whether it is cost reduction, whether it is performance management improvement, and also we have a consultant who actually handholds the suppliers in terms of upgrading their process. So we have a goal alignment methodology by which supplier can upgrade their measurement system. So we have a very, very strongly established to the supplier relationship management process by which we handhold the suppliers. It's not that we only demand, we also have the suppliers on board, and we take them through a lot of trainings, and we take them through the plant, and also make the suppliers to visit other OEM suppliers to know better from that. So it's really a very good approach what we have in place. And also we have a digital quality management system. What do you mean is that we actually support suppliers in terms of the digital innovative systems to be put in place in the process. For example, a part which is getting measured will get connected with a tab, and then it will be routed through a server, and that measurement system will be available at any given point of time at the common server where the SQA team of TAFE TMTL can access, as well as the supplier can also upgrade their process. With this, the process capability measurement can be measured, and what kind of improvement to be done in the process has been worked out. So this is one of the very unique system where we have deployed to almost 50 suppliers at TMTL and almost around 150 suppliers in TAFE range. So this is a unique digital initiative what our management and company has started. So this also will be made available to all the people who are associated with this. So now coming to the some of the key challenges and expectations what we actually face, because if you see the tractor as such, many of you might be thinking it is a tractor which goes into the field and it is operated in the muddy field, but customers are more sensitive nowadays. They actually benchmark the tractors with the passenger vehicle segment. They demand the quality fit and finish on the sheet metal similar to what they want in the passenger vehicle. So this is one of the key challenge what we are facing, and we are trying to work upon that. And I said cost competitiveness, and also the supplier efficiency and innovation, which was talked about by Mr. Narahari in the morning also. This is one of the area where innovation is very much in need to make it more cost competitive and also sustainable for the growth of all of us. And zero ppm suppliers is what we want them on board, because we have a lot of overseas customers buying our tractors, and a lot of dealers from overseas also visit our supplier as well as the manufacturing premises. So this is one of the key expectations from us to fulfill. And finally, we are together, and we are charged up for the challenging tomorrow, and we are very confident that we will be able to make a big impact into the Make in India impact, as well as the making the MP grow in the industry sector from our organization. So we once again thank you all for listening very patiently our presentation, and also giving notes and taking up notes and other things. So thank you very much for all of your time, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ganpati, for the detailed presentation. Mr. Ganpati and his team, along with Mr. Bharat Pritmani and his team, are available for one-to-one meeting post the next session. So we would be starting the valedictory session immediately after this for a changeover. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ganpati. Thank you, Bharatji. Thanks, sir.